Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of the Random Robot Does Something Random. In today's episode, I'm going to give the GRAINFATHER S40 a review and let you know the pros and cons. So we're going to start off here with 30 liters of water, or 8 gallons of water. So I'm just going to put the lid on here so it heats up a bit fast. So I'm just going to power on the unit quickly here with the power button. I'm going to select the 2300 watt option. I'm just going to go to the controller here, and I'm going to select the temperature. So it's quite easy to use this controller. After you hit the power button, you just choose your temperature, and you're going to have the option to choose time or not. So I'm going to set it for 77 degrees Fahrenheit. Now, the great thing about this unit, you actually can select a Celsius or Fahrenheit. I have another video here. So I'm just going to stir in 7 kilograms of grain. So I'm using a mixture of 2-row. I'm also using some oats, and I'm using some honey malt and some rye. At this point in the process, we're going to need to reduce the temperature to 68 degrees Celsius or 154 degrees Fahrenheit. So the S40 requires a 240 volt 15 amp circuit. So the S40 uses a dedicated 240 volt 15 amp plug, and it draws about 10 amps. And it gives you the option to run at 1000 watts or 2300 watts. So before I turn the pump on, I'm just going to crack this valve here. And the pump switch is just on the side here. We're just going to activate that. And we're just going to adjust the valve here to optimize our flow. We don't want it too fast. Now, I've loaded the unit quite heavily. I've got 7 kilos of grain in here. I think it would probably run better at lower grain levels. I've also tested it with 9 kilos and 10 kilograms. And I think 10 kilos would be the max you could run in this system. I did find that this system is really not a set it and forget it kind of system. I did have to constantly stir the grain from the bottom of the bed to keep the circulation of the wort going. I haven't tried it with smaller quantities, maybe 5 kilos or less. It may be able to work better in that fashion. And I did know that it varied in temperature around 4 degrees Celsius roughly. So I just turned off the pump here and turned off the unit. I'm just going to remove the spigot here. So I like to leave my mash sit for a little while. So I usually like to let it set for about 60 minutes or so to try to optimize as much extraction of the sugars as possible. I'm about to drain off the liquid from the grain, and the way this system is set up, it actually has little bars on the side and little latches on the grain basket. Now, I've got quite a bit of grain in here, and it's quite heavy, but you bring it up, you twist it, and there's little brackets that hold the grain basket up. And I'm just going to leave that to drain for a bit. I'm just going to use a sanitized spoon here. I'm just going to stir the grain up and extract as much liquid from it as possible. This is actually one of my favorite features of this unit, is the grain basket being able to lock in the drain position here. So once I have majority of the liquid out, I'm going to sparge here, and I'm just going to use 2 liters of sparge water. And what I dislike about the grain basket is the feet. They're very flimsy, so when you take the grain out of the unit and place it on the ground, you can have a chance to bend the feet. So I have to think of some way to improve that in the future. Right now I'm just going to sanitize. I've already pre-sanitized this. I'm just going to boil the cooler or chiller in the wort to kill any possible contaminants. And the unit did come with this chiller, so I'm just going to run some cold water through it. Now I don't have my inside set up yet, and bring it down to the appropriate temperature. So as I post this video, I've actually run about 5 batches through the GRAINFATHER S40. I do think it actually works quite good for extraction of your sugar. Some of the positives I have for the unit are that the grain basket is set well above the heating surface, so you're not scorching any grain. The pump seems to work quite well. It is 240 volt, which may be a disadvantage for some, but not for myself actually. I found that the 2300 watts was sufficient to heat up the unit in very little time, approximately 15 minutes. I would like to see some sort of bracket for an agitator. I know they make a agitator for the unit to hook up to a drill, but maybe some sort of bracket where you could put it on the unit and have it stir for you automatically. As I already said, my biggest concern for the unit is the little feet on the grain basket. I'm concerned about breaking those off when I'm taking the grain out of the unit. Other than that, I'm finding I'm getting very good extractions from the unit, much better than just my old pot that I used to insulate and use. Again, thanks again for watching The Random Robot Does Something Random. If you like my videos, please leave a comment below or like and subscribe. It really helps me out.